All right, I said that there was a lot more to get into. So let's talk about this interview that J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, did with Margaret Brennan over at CBS, who, you know, these journalists really think that they're like, I've got this question. I've got him. This is gonna be the best gotcha question of all time. And honestly, they should know better than to do that with J.D. Vance. They really should, but they don't, because they're dumb. And so I want to play some of these just epic exchanges. And I want to ask you, I'm trying to think of how to phrase. I don't want to lead you into this, but I want to ask you what is your takeaway from watching all of this? So let's play the beginning of the interview. Margaret Brennan is like, well, you guys have been in office when prices aren't lower. So what's going on? Explain that. Watch.
You campaigned on lowering prices for consumers. We've seen all of these executive orders. Which one lowers prices?
We have done a lot, and there have been a number of executive orders that have caused already jobs to start coming back into our country, which is a core part of lowering prices. More capital investment, more job creation in our economy is one of the things that's going to drive down prices for all consumers, but also raise wages so that people can afford to buy the things that they need. If you look at our slate of executive orders, no, Margaret, prices are going to come down, but it's going to take a little bit of time, right? The president has been president for all of 5 days. I think that in those 5 days, he's accomplished more than Joe Biden did in 4 years. It's been an incredible breakneck pace of activity.
So grocery prices aren't going to come down. It's been 5 days, dumbass. What do you want him to do? Sign an executive order that says you must lower the cost of groceries right now? Like, what do you think? How do you think that happens?
It's the same mentality that I saw on X, where they were like, look at Donald Trump. He's playing golf. Did you see that one? Yeah. He's playing golf. I'm like, the dude was in North Carolina in the morning. He was in LA in the evening. Like, the one thing you cannot criticize Donald Trump for is his energy levels. If that was me, Joe Biden's there like.
Right. He also, by the way, while he was playing golf, forced the Colombian leadership, the Colombian president, to accept their criminals back while he was playing 18 holes. So, like, don't.
But he's not in bed. He's not in bed like Sleepy Joe would do at like 4 o'clock. He'd be out. Like, everyone knew that you couldn't get him. Here's the thing about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is so he comes from poverty. He's a Marine. Mm-hmm. The dude is a badass. He then goes to Ohio State, then goes off to an Ivy League college and gets a degree. Right? The dude is smart and tough. Yep. You guys, it's literally they're coming to a gunfight with unarmed. I mean, he's so better qualified than them to answer these questions, and he's not going to cave in.
No, of course not. So let's play a couple more of these clips. By the way, good news. Deportations went up. Just in the break, we're at 11:04. We're going to keep going up and up and up and up. We need the clapping followed by USA. So they started talking about all of these, deportations and whether or not we are properly vetting these illegals that are coming into our country. And she's like, all right, I didn't get you on the grocery costs, okay? But I'm going to get you on this. You're not going to be able to wiggle out of my grasp, JD. And spoiler alert, it failed miserably. Watch.
When you talked to us in August, you said, I don't think we should abandon anybody who's been properly vetted and helped us. Do you stand by that?
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted. But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees. But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These people
it's not
are vetted.
good.
These people are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly, he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Just injected into my veins.
Oh, great.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't care. That is of no consequence to what I'm saying. If they are radicalized, they need to go. If they shouldn't be here, they need to go. I don't really care, Margaret, is like the new viral meme.
It's so inspiring.
It really is.
It is so inspiring for somebody to just go, I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. We want our country to be safe for its citizens. I don't care. You can feel however you want to feel about that. I don't care.
That is good. I'll tell you right now, the press is running. They are absolutely terrified because the only reason they had any power before was fear, because you had a bunch of politicians. By the way, this is still the other 90% of them that are out there.
Yeah.
That they are so worried about optics that they don't want to be called names. And JD Vance is like, I'm going to get it anyway. Trump got it anyway. I'm going to just go and do it. And
we won the popular vote. Right. But like, to your point, just to add to your point, this isn't, you shouldn't care because the American people just voted. And this was at the top of their list of priorities. Was deport the criminals. Illegal immigration has gone too far. We need to close the border and get these criminals out. That's it. So it's like, I don't really care. The American people put me in office to do a job, and we are going to do the job. And you can have all sorts of feelings about it, but it doesn't change the facts.